people you may know, folks. We have actor, producer, all things that go with the film. So tell us, how did you get involved with the film?
So I actually worked with Sherwin and Shelley back in 2008 on a web series that I wrote and produced and acted in, and we just loved working together and collaborating. So we all got together back in 2014 and said, let's work together again, and decided we'd go on this venture for a feature film. And we found the treatment together, and we all worked on it and developed it into what it is today.
Now, an actor and a producer, you're wearing two different hats. How do you separate the two, or are they just blended together for you?
You know, at moments they're definitely blended, especially in the development process, and probably in post-production, but there were definitely days where I'd be on set and I'd be a producer, from 7 a.m. until 5 p.m., and then I'd go into hair and makeup, and then I'd be the actress. And what was amazing was that I had such a great support around me with Sherwin and Shelley, giving me that space when I needed to do the transition into being an actress. And then there were days where I was just an actress all day, and it was so nice having people that I trusted to know that everything was handled when I couldn't, be there as a producer.
Okay, two last questions. What's your role in the film?
I play Frankie Donegan.
Okay, and what does Frankie Donegan do? Come on, spill.
So Frankie Donegan is an actress who's moved out of the city and has given up her dreams to get married and settle down because her career wasn't turning out the way it was supposed to. And one night she's on Facebook and she sees someone she went to high school with who's basically living the life and doing all these really cool things. And her friend comes into town and kind of convinces her it's time to come back to the city at least for a night, go out, have fun. And I come into the city and I run into that friend, Jed, that I saw on Facebook. And seeing him and running into him opens up this possibility of her dreams of pursuing it, and it just takes her on a whole other journey and really makes her realize that it's important for her to not give up on that dream of being an actress and actually really living to be her true self.
Since it's about social media, do you have any creepy stories about anybody you met on social media?
Oh my God, no creepy stories on social media, really. Only when I was single and I was doing online dating. There were many creepy stories, which is why I wrote a web series back in 2008 about it. But now, no creepy social media stories.
Okay, all right, you hear that? No creepy stories, you guys. Nick Thune, people you may know. What attracted you to this film?
It was a relevant script, it's something that I think every day that people are constantly checking what they should like and shouldn't like. I think, I'm in a place where I think social media is just so,
Too much?
Well, yeah, it's too much, but I guess I want to. I think what I found out about this, what I learned about myself in this movie specifically was like maybe I should be more honest about what I'm portraying on social media rather than wanting everyone to think, wow, Nick's life is great, and wow, he must be in love with his wife and he's got a great life going, where it's really like, yeah, you don't always have to make it seem better than it is, which I think is probably what social media was based on, is a way for people to portray cooler lives. I found out there was another Nick Thune, and he was a baseball player, a college athlete. And so I made a video of me playing softball and then put it on YouTube as Nick Thune Baseball, and then became a higher Google search for Nick Thune Baseball than the actual baseball player named Nick Thune. Just to kind of say, hey, this Nick Thune's in control.
You just dropped some social media knowledge there. Now, being at the San Francisco Film Festival, the 60th anniversary, how does that make you feel, dude?
I'm honored. It's really cool. I'm honored they picked our movie, and I can't wait to watch it with the crowd. Yeah, it's fun. Well, Usher was there, and Usher. Yeah, he gave me his phone number on set. He thought that I was a cool guy, and he wanted me to call him, and I have never called him. It's been about a year since we filmed it, and I'm worried that he wouldn't answer if I called.
How's it going, buddy? How you doing, man? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, man. Okay.
Good.
Tell us about the film, man. Above all others, Usher Raymond IV. You guys probably already know this cat. Tell us about the film, Daddy-O.
Well, one thing I will say is, out of all the things that I could choose to associate myself with, I really felt gratified in supporting Kailey with something that I felt is a relevant message about who we are as people. You know, I can get into the idea of what the philosophy or what, you know, the deeper story or the foundation of the story is ultimately about. But when I think about what my takeaway was, I think that we live in a time where alternative reality is altering the true depth of who we are as people. And while it's giving us something or granting us a bit of something in perception, it's taking away from the reality of who we are and what really matters for us as people. You know, you can choose to use our social media outlets to highlight things, issues, you know, exploit issues and explode issues, or you get into the idea of admiration of self and acceptance and how you begin to reframe who you are and rebrand who you are. But what about just being who you are?
Right. I remember back in the day, you could be who you are without putting all the fancy stuff on it.
Yeah.
You know, before the social media, but like used for good, but a lot of folks use it for like the bad stuff.
Yeah. Well, likes are currency in this time. Like is the best currency. It's probably the most relevant currency.
True that.
It's more valuable than money. It's more valuable than damn near gold, man.
You're exactly right. Now tell us about Above All Others. I saw that on the back of your jacket. What does that mean?
Oh man, this wasn't something that I actually made myself. It's a jacket that I think was pretty cool. I like the message. It looked cool. It's fresh. I decided to wear it.
Yeah. I like that. They're giving us a wrap up, man.
Good job,
Thank
bro.
you so much, brother.